Good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. Camping up Finger Lakes National Forest. Halfway point of summer vacation. It's going to be kind of a change now. I think the weather's not going to be quite as nice going forward. But this morning's pretty nice, although it started to rain a little bit at around 8 o'clock. And I got out of bed and rushed up to get the hammock put away, thinking, uh-oh, it's storm's coming. I don't want my hammock to get soaked. Didn't happen. I think a storm's coming this afternoon, but you do what you can do. Feeling a lot better today. Yesterday, I was just so darn tired after, Sunday with a 53-mile bike ride along the Pine Creek Gorge Trail, and then that hike up the Turkey Trail, and then the 2-hour drive each way. It was a long day Sunday. So yesterday, I just ended up spending my day going to Ithaca in the afternoon. I really didn't get an early start yesterday. I actually hung out, did some reading in the morning. Did the most lazy trip down to Ithaca. I got ice, then I went down to Buttermilk State Park, but I didn't want to park in the parking lot there because it's tough with the big jacked up truck getting it parked in and out there. You know, I always fear about banging into another car, and that's the least what I want to do during summer vacation, is get into an accident. So I ended up going to Wood Road Park in Ithaca. They have free parking there. It's 24-hour parking, so I just parked there, rode my bike up to Buttermilk Falls State Park, swam for a little bit in the gorge, sat out, enjoyed the sun, although it was kind of cloudy for a while yesterday. Very humid, oppressive, not a real nice day. Kind of like today, actually, a little bit, although I'm feeling a lot better today. Then I rode around downtown Ithaca a bit. I thought about going up to the Botanical Gardens, but it was already 4 o'clock or so then. I was like, I don't want to go up that big hill. I mean, I was still kind of not feeling great. So I did the bike trail, the waterfront trail, past the farmer's market along the Cayuga Inlet, and then down to the lake, which the lake stunk like usual. Cayuga Lake is kind of, especially the southern end of it, it's kind of dirty and polluted. There's a lot of, sewage treatment plants, so there's a lot of nitrogen in the lake. And I think there's a lot of agriculture in the north end of the lake. And the south end of the lake, while less agricultural, has a lot of, just it's shallow, so, you eat the blue-green algae and the smell from the treatment plants. But that's always how Cayuga Lake is, the southern end of it, unfortunately. So yeah, but the swings down there are really nice. So I swang in there for a while. I had some work stuff come in that I was able to do on my phone. And then I rode back to Ithaca Falls, went to Wegmans thinking, oh, I'll get my clams tonight, and I have clams, and stop and get sweet corn. The doggone seafood counter closed at 5 at Wegmans. I guess there's some kind of event going on, or they're short on staff or something, but that sucked. But I ended up actually going, I skipped getting beer there, because I figured, well, I'll get beer when I go to Tops and get clams, but of course the Tops is gone from Ithaca. Between Wegmans and Walmart, they just closed up. So I ended up going to Walmart just to pick up beer because I figured that'd be the cheapest place to get it. Came back, had some fried onions with cornmeal. It was going to be originally, those cornmeal pancakes, but I just didn't feel like making it all up. So I just kind of dipped the onions in, I sliced the onions and I dipped them in cornmeal and eggs and turmeric and a little bit of salt. Had that for dinner. Had a couple of beers. Maybe had a puff or two. Then I decided to go for a bike ride. I went back into some of the backcountry trails and some of the roads. Rode till, I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock at night. It was pretty late out. The star it wasn't a very good night for stars, although I did see a shooting star, one of them. And there were a few stars out. There's a lot of clouds poking around. Then I came back, had a rip-roaring fire. Laid back. I've been listening to this ebook on The Dummy's Guide to Cannabis, and it's just such a Debbie Downer. I mean, the whole book is not so much about different strains of cannabis and how best to enjoy it and get the maximum experience. It's all about the laws and regulations. It's like, shit sucks. I mean, don't draw attention to yourself by law enforcement for anything. I mean, that's just what the general rule is. I mean, just kind of be somewhat discreet, but for the most part, people aren't going to care out in the wilderness. But yeah, it's a little bit like being a gun owner too, in many ways. Same kind of crap when you go buy a gun and shit like that. But that's a whole nother story. I mean, America is kind of fucked up. I was reminded that when I was down in Pennsylvania looking at the rural countryside and people with their burn barrels and burn shit all the time. No one gives a rat's ass down in Pennsylvania. But unlike New York, where people are like, oh, it's like the worst thing ever. New Yorkers are. Every state's a little weird like that, I have to say. But yeah, today I'm down to Watkins Glen. Gonna ride the Cayuga rail trail a little bit today. I don't know, it's midday. I think there's going to be some thunderstorms coming. I'm going to inflate my tube, do some floating on Seneca Lake. I figure the Watkins Glen pool will probably close by, mid-afternoon because, the first rumble of thunder, the pool is closed for at least 15 minutes. Even if the thunderstorm is, distant and passes by. If you're at Seneca Lake, you can go in there anytime. If you just, at the kayak launch, it's a nice shallow lake, I float in the tube for a bit, relax. And then if we get a good thunderstorm or rainstorm come through, what I'm going to do is go down to the Watkins Glen Library and finally run the work reports I have to do. I should create that IOI code they want. Everyone's like, oh, you're on vacation, you don't have to do it. You can wait till you come back, or we'll get the information other sources. But it's like, when you're the director, you want to step up and do what needs to be done. I'm dissatisfied with a lot of things in my life, but I make really good money, I have to admit. Relatively speaking, I feel poor in the sense that, I don't have the land. I don't have a, place like in Pennsylvania where I can fires and guns and all the stuff I want to have. But, and a homestead and animals and livestock. But, I really am making good money. I could really afford a much nicer place. I could buy a house. If I really wanted to, I could buy it with cash, quite honestly. I could have had that homestead in Dormansville next to my parents, for $150,000. It's really not that much money. I have to sell a few stocks, cash out some of my savings, and I could have had that. But I don't know. I'm not ready to settle down for that life yet. I know a lot of people say, oh, owning a house is a great investment. I'd advise for my weekends in the wilderness, not fixing up a rundown house or hauling slop out to pigs or caring for a cannabis plant or, I don't know, gardening and shit. You can buy this stuff at at a farmer's market or at a store. At some point, I want to do that. I do want to settle down. I do want to have that off-grid cabin, but it's not going to happen today. And that place in Dormansville, if I were to buy it, it's such an odd place that it would have been hard to sell. Clearly the real estate agent has not been able to sell it. It's been on the market now for 2 months. She was super excited when I looked at it. She probably thought I was like the one person who would buy it. And in many ways, it is a good fit for me if I was looking to settle down. But, I'm enjoying traveling and spending time in the woods and doing my thing, It's a highly imperfect world out there, it was fun. Even yesterday I wasn't feeling all that great. It was a great day. I enjoyed riding after dark. I rode probably for a couple of hours. I don't even know where exactly I rode to, because, I had some fun after I got back to camp last night, let's put it that way. And then I had rip-roaring fire till, I don't know, it was the wee hours of the morning, probably 1 or 2 in the morning. Cleaned up the wastebasket. I just had a good time. Laid back in the hammock. It's a little bit more of that Dummy's Guide to Cannabis, but that's the most Debbie Downer of books. I want to learn more about cannabis, so I get good deals and get the stuff I want, but at the same time, I don't really want to hear about how everything's illegal and how, you're looking at federal felonies and drug trafficking and all this other shit. It's good to know about, but it's like, this shit is really, it's depressing. America's fucked up in many things. It's like you learn about the gun laws. They're just as much bullshit as the drug laws are, or even the open burning laws in New York. I care about pollution. I care about kids being slaughtered, but I just don't think this is the right way to do it. Is regulate the heck out of people and make everyone basically a criminal if the police want to make them a criminal. I gotta stop smoking that critical thinking cannabis. That stuff's nasty shit. I just paid for it. I don't want to throw away something, even though it's only $8 It's like, I don't know. I'd rather use up what I have. I always like to, with everything, I like to try to maximize my lifespan of it because things are made out of production of stuff and it uses up finite resources to make it, and I mean, money is finite too. I mean, I have been able to save and put away a lot of money, and I make really good money as director, data services now. But I just hate to waste anything if at all possible. I mean, a lot of people I know will, like they'll throw away fruit that's a little bit bruised or worn out, and I'm like, if it's edible and it's not like you can scrape the mold off it or whatever, I'm going to take advantage of it. I paid for it. I mean, I compost. I take the big bucket compost to my parents' house. I mean, certainly if I had one of the advantages, if I had livestock, especially like hogs, I could be feeding them that. I mean, that's one of the things would be advantage if I had my own land, I could have livestock. But I don't know. I'm just not ready for it. I mean, I'm just enjoying life traveling. I mean, I've been out most of the summer, and even in the fall into the winter, I plan to do quite a bit of traveling and getting out and doing things. Because I like being in the woods. I mean, someday I will have that off-grid property. It'll happen. It's just, I mean, I'm putting away the money. I'm taking care of my body, doing good work at work. I mean, everyone is really happy with the stuff I do. I mean, I'm hoping the new hire works out really good at work, and I mean, really want to transform the agency I work for and really become quite the data powerhouse. Because I mean, while the former director did really good work too, I mean, I'm the younger generation, and I have a little bit more programming skills, and I mean, I know what can be done with computers and data sources, and I think there's just a lot we could do. But yeah, it's going to be a good day. I'm going to get out riding. Hopefully the thunderstorms will hold off for a while. It'll be great laying in the tube in the afternoon at Seneca Lake. Hopefully it won't be too stormy. And then getting down to the library in case it helps the work on the blog a little bit. Well, have a great day today. And I got to get my ebooks because it is, I still have 8 more borrows left to take out before the end of the month, which I think there's 31 days in the month. So tomorrow's the last day to get all the ebooks I want, so I can take advantage of what I pay for when it's through my taxes at the library. Well, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching.